Happy Friday. Today is Friday, October 25th, 2019. It's about 12:02 in the afternoon. And yeah, we're just a little bit late. That's what happens. It's fine. Let's get started. Okay. So, we are working on a Stream Deck plugin that makes it so that you can tweet your current stream title. That's the plan. We started on this yesterday. And we got to the point of actually being able to, we grabbed the example, we modified the example to be a little bit more usable, a little bit more reliable. Like, we shouldn't have to change this stuff at all, no matter how many actions we add. This should just handle all the actions now, appropriately. I think there's probably a little bit around the context that I don't quite understand. So to do consider context on event info as well. But for the most part, just not that worried about it for now. Okay. So we have the whole pipeline done. And the pipeline thing is totally cool. Let's go ahead and go back to, what is this page? Oh yeah, I'm just going to let that run. Okay, so let's go to Stream Deck API, developer documentation, terminology, plugin architecture, debugging. There was a way to do this. One of these has debugging. Great. Distribution to the store. Creating your own plugin. Debugging. Okay, and then you just go to this. Right here. Perfect. And then let's go pull up the Stream Deck. Okay. So this was the little tool that we made yesterday that makes it so that when you click on it, it increases the number. If you can see that number increasing every time I press this button. Right? And then deploying this was kind of a pain in the ass because you have to go and delete it and then rebuild it and then deploy it every single time. So let's see if I can remember how to get there. It's close. View list details. Okay, great. Anyway. So you have to use this distribution tool. CD culture of development. What did we call this? Stream Deck counter. LS. Okay. So from here is where we have to use the distribution tool. And that is how we do a build. All right, now what we want to do is basically clean up and stop doing this and figure out from one of the examples how we're going to get a hold of some examples somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Apple Mail plugin. Philips Hue plugin. Basically what I want to do is get access to the accounts. So we're just going to search each page. Okay. Terminology. Nope. Plugin architecture. Nope. Manifest. Nope. Nope. Receive. I want to say this. Get settings. The settings object. Okay, well, if we just go to here, I think we can just print out the settings and see what comes back with it. So on here, let's just do a console.log settings. And let's see what happens when I do that. Of course, that means we have to rebuild. Do I log the settings anywhere? No, that would have been way too easy. I should just do it here anyway. Payload.settings. Okay, and then we don't need that one up here. And now let's do the rebuild process, which is distribution tool, build, and then I think we said this needs to go to sources. There it is. And then it's O, and it's release. Releases? Yep, I think so. No release. So we delete that. We run this. It builds it. We go back here. We remove it by uninstalling it. We double click on it to install it. Okay. And then we go to the debug page. We go to here. And we got an error already. What's the error? Cannot read property settings of undefined. Fun. Because I didn't pull out payload until down here. Goodness me. Okay. Now we get to do the process again. I should really write a batch script for this. Delete, rebuild, uninstall, install. Okay. Go visit the page. Go back, reload, hit this. All right, no errors this time. And we actually see stuff being printed out. The settings object. Okay, that's just a key press counter and it's set at 66. Okay, so that settings does not have the accounts. So we're just going to keep looking through here until we find the accounts. Because I need to figure out how to get access to the accounts. Account ID. Or this is the property inspector. Do I even have a property inspector? It just has a title. All right, how do you make a property inspector? Streamdeck's integrated HTML5 property inspector allows you to communicate with your plugin from Streamdeck's software property pane. Since the property inspector is based on standard HTML5, it is easy to lay out shown items as you like. For easier and more streamlined usage, however, we recommend using our integrated CSS and tools, as we will improve these over time, so you will benefit from improvements automatically. Our PIS samples plugin demonstrates all supported HTML elements in the property inspector. Sure. Okay. Written in JavaScript, cross-platform property inspector contains all supported HTML elements ready for copy and paste. Index.pi.js includes some sample scripts to add interactivity to the PI and shows you how you could pass the data. Okay. Okay. Let's go to like Twitter, and I want to tweet, and I look at this and it's like, here's an account, and it's like a drop down. All right, so it is getting them from here somehow. So the answer to this is yes, you can do this. So hopefully this will tell us how to do that, because that would be freaking great. But I'm not super... Index.pi.html. Enter your password. These are just like hard-coded, which isn't that great. I think instead, let's look at the JavaScript. That's the only place we see a count anywhere. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. Yeah, that's not fun. Okay. So, not there. I guess we just keep going through these until we find one. Create your own plugin. Okay, no accounts. No accounts. No accounts. I wonder if I just have the terminology wrong. Because I feel like I should have found it by now. Apple Mail detects if Apple Mail is running. Is a plugin that displays the number of unread emails in Apple Mail. Pressing on the key will launch Apple Mail. Okay, all right. Maybe this one will do it. Of course, it's written in C. No, what is H? Looks like C. This is a header file? This is a header file. I have no idea what this language is. Let's look at the plugin. Let's look at Objective-C. Okay. View raw? No, I don't really want to touch that. Apple Mail? Executable file. So where's the actual source? Xcode project. What? It's just an Xcode project. Goodness. Common? Hey, alright. Main. Foundation. Stream Deck plugin. Events Manager. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna look, same idea here. Yeah. So they all include it. Can I find one that might be... Let's go to chat message, right? Let's go to chat message. Let's bring a chat message over. This uses an account. Stream Deck Twitch plugin. Twitch chat pager, new Stream Deck plugin. I don't want to download it. I don't want GitHub pages. I want the code, man. Minecraft, text file, world time, project page. Come on. Discord channel. Repo? Nope. Alright, I'm bailing. That's for macOS, right? Okay. OBS Live plus Elgato Stream Deck. This is a blog post. Voice mod changer for Stream Deck. Also sounds cool. Stream Deck tricks for streamers. How about we just go GitHub? Writing a GitHub project plugin for the Stream Deck. I don't know. I don't want to download these. I want to... Maybe I just Google what I actually care about. Stream Deck API account. I don't see anything related to accounts. (2017). This is frustratingly difficult to find. There's no like... Maybe there is. Let's go back to the docs. And in events received, you have... I don't know. Application did launch. Device did disconnect. Did receive global settings. The did receive global settings event is received after calling get global settings API to retrieve the global persistent data stored for the plugin. Hey, what's up, Copper Beauty? How you doing, man? Oh, come on. How do I get this account? Give me one example here. Streamlabs. Stream Deck. Streamlabs plugin. GitHub. Stream Deck OBS plugin? No. Well, maybe. What am I... Okay. You know what? I'm not making progress in this path, so instead we're going to go and we're going to update this. So we're going to go and we're going to update this. We want an account, and we want a prefix and an attachment. No. We want... Yeah, I think... All right, let's just focus on this. Close this, close this. We're going to come back to all of these. We're going to go with Property Inspector. The Stream Deck's Property Inspector is an HTML5 view based on standard Flexbox layout, so you can use any standard JavaScript HTML5 CSS techniques to show your content. For easier setup, we are already included some layout and styling to get you started quickly without further adding your own styles. PI's main view is wrapped in a simple HTML node of the class SDPI wrapper, like so. Is that in here? that is not in here. Okay? Let's go take a look at this plugin in a new folder. Sources, index, okay, app.js. App.js has get application name, JSON payload application, WebSocket, close, error, on message, application did launch, application did terminate. Okay. Send to property inspector. Application did launch, property inspector, PI context, PI context equals 0. Application did launch. If pi context and pi context not equals 0, there's a property inspector. Send to property inspector running apps. Okay. Send to plugin has on property, property inspector. Property inspector will disappear. Property inspector connected. JSON.context. Okay. Will appear. Send to property inspector. Event. Send to property inspector. Context. Payload is JSON data. What is XX? XX isn't used at all. It's used right here in a console.log. Okay, so you have this JSON. You have the context. You pass it an object with running apps. Where does it actually get the file? Is it just indexpy.html is what it uses? So that seems unlikely. Okay. Okay. Let's just go back to this one. No, app. And I think we want to look for index. Okay. Manifest. Oh, property inspector path. There you go. That's what we want. Okay. Manifest. Code path. Property inspector path. Property inspector.html. Okay. New file. Oops, we want that in here. Yeah, just move it. Okay. And then this is, again, an HTML file. Applications to monitor. Interesting. I wonder if this is the global settings, if that's basically what it is. But I'm not sure. Windows, Mac. Okay, applications to monitor. We should just look that up. This is okay. So, all right. So, to the best of my understanding, the property inspector is sort of like its own version, like its own plugin. Like it has the same connect socket sort of thing going on. And then in the actual document itself, settings equals get prop from string payload.settings. Action info. In action info. I can tell you for sure when I get done with this, I'm going to have to write a blog post to like help out people. This is not the most easy to find stuff. All right, so basically let's just take a raw here. Oh goodness, that's a lot of stuff. I don't actually want all this stuff. I know that much. I know I don't want all this stuff. All right, let's save that. Let's paste this. And then I think we're going to get rid of everything in here. Most literally. Okay, we're not going to care about a style sheet. I'm not going to care about this. Okay, so this is wrapper. And if you want text put in, I don't. So I want, all right, let's put in what I do want. I want a, hey M. Holloway, how's it going? I want to put in selector for Twitch, no, for Twitter account. Selector for Twitch account. Text box showing a text box a text box showing text box prefix to stream title. Alright, that's what I want. Okay, so we have this my name input. Great. I don't want passwords. I don't want emails. I don't want text areas. Canvas? Well, that's crazy. Alright, I don't want canvas. You know what I want? I want a drop down. That's what I want. There. That appears to be a drop down. ID select single. Select combo. Yep. I think I want a select combo. Okay. And then we can just delete the rest of this, because I don't care about it. And there's a lot of it. Boom. Okay. So I want 2 of these. Why does it keep doing that? Why does it think this is invalid? Button, close button, div. Weird. Open div, close div. Open option, open select, open close select, open button, close div. That is so weird. Why is it deciding to do that? Oh man, that's frustrating. Okay, so that takes care of the things that we want. We want a Twitter account. We want a Twitch account. And we want whatever this thing was. Okay, we're going to call this tweet prefix. Did I... Your name. Okay. Tweet prefix wrapper. Tweet prefix. I'm not even sure why we have an ID on this. I'm sure it's part of like something special that they're doing, but I'm not going to worry about it. This is prefix. Okay, perfect. This is going to be not select combo. This is going to be Twitch account selector. Button. Let's go back, go back, go back. Okay, go forward, Go forward, go forward. I want checkbox radio select. Select single. That's what I want. I want select single. Okay. Twitter account selector ID Twitter account value your account 1 2 3 your account 3 your account 2. Okay. Let's call it tweet 1. And then here, this is the really boring part. Twitch account selector, Twitch account. Okay. Let's see if this CSS SDPI is the built-in one or if it's not. Like if SDPI is actually in here. CSS SDPI. I wonder if I need to include this. I think I probably should. I think I probably should include this. Hey, thanks so much for the cheer, man. I really appreciate that. That is lifting me up. Thank you. Yeah, Friday streams are fun, man. Yeah, I've been sort of fighting this API. It's been quite the go here. Like, the one thing that I'm trying to do is connect two different services together, and I can't figure out how to get a reference to the accounts in here, like these accounts. I can't figure out how to get a reference to those accounts. Period. It's really difficult. Yeah, trying to wrap this up. I'd really like to just like get this one off my list and not have to worry about it. So right now what I'm trying to do is like make this editor thing. You can see right now it just has the title in there, which is the one that it like gives you guaranteed. And then you have to add in the rest. So I'm just trying to set that all up now. Just Control A, Control C. CSS SDPI. Okay. New folder, CSS, new file, sdpi.css. And then I don't know how to put a comment in here, but I certainly didn't make this. How do you do this? Bang? No. Front slash? No. Yes. Where did this come from? Okay. All right. And I think that should do it, other than this whole index.pi.js thing, which I don't think I even want. I think I want to just put the script right here. How are we gonna do that? We're gonna copy and paste. Index.pi.js. Like, this is a kind of a lot of stuff. Add dynamic styles? No thanks. Create list. That does sound cool. What calls that? SDPI. Create list. I'm gonna lose my mind and be so happy if this shows me how to do accounts. Running apps container. Running apps. Maybe not. Okay. Create list. Sure, let's go take a look at that. Nope, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay. So you make the HTML. Oh, I see. The element that you want to add it to was already passed in. Oh, query selector, running apps container. Got it. Okay, this is all making sense. So this is just like literally editing the thing as you go. Let's just do the basics because I have to. Okay. This connects it, this creates it, add dynamic styles. Since the PI doesn't have access to your OS native settings, Stream Deck sends some color settings to the property inspector. We use some to adjust the styles. We're not going to do that. Get property from string. I guess. Let's see if we have some settings. Alright, whatever. I'd rather just, log console info and then look at it. init property inspector. Okay. Init property inspector. Prepare DOM elements. Prepare DOM elements. Demo canvas. Set timeout. Init carousel. Init tooltips. Nah, I'm not actually interested in this. What is prepare DOM elements? Oh my god. Okay, so what happens is when one of these things changes, you need to... Alright, when one of these things changes, you need to save the settings. Alright, that sort of makes sense. So that's what the whole prepare DOM elements thing is. When you notice a change, you have to trigger it to update the settings via some API call. Okay, that makes sense. But for now, we're going to ignore it. Get prop from string. Okay. That's get prop from string. Action info, which we already have up here, so let's just log it up here. Console.log in info. Init property inspector. If the connection was established, the WebSocket sends an onOpen event where we need to register our PI. Open in register event. Okay. In UUID, sure. Okay. I think we did this last time. Okay. Function on message. You want to parse this. And if the message, received message from Stream Deck, JSON object equal JSON.parse event data, get property running apps, and event equals send to property inspector. Why don't we just log the event and that's all we're going to do? Okay. Am I using these settings anywhere? That would be a negative. But I guess for the sake of argument, let's just... Okay. So, ideally, what this is going to do... I don't even care about this isQt thing. Running apps, part of the demo. In info. That has to be a bug. You have two things named in info. That has to be a bug. That would just be resetting this. So that's almost certainly a bug. In info. Okay. Make the WebSocket, do the thing. All right. Let's rebuild this. Let's republish this. And let's see if we get an actual drop down to show up, which would be awesome. Which would be awesome. So, step 1, delete. Step 2, build. Step 3, uninstall. Step 4, reinstall. Hey, alright. Hey, alright. Look at that. Look. I wish it was like had the little down arrow instead of it just being like when you click on it. Oh, look, they both came out tweet. I didn't change it. Yep. Twitch one. Two, three. Beggars and all. I mean, yeah. The example that's like rolling in my mind is like if I'm on here, you see how it has this drop down right here? That's what I want. I don't know how to get that to happen, but that's what I want. But it's good because I even have this sort of stuff. Look at how slow that was. Did you see that? Look at how fast these are, and look at how slow this one is. It like has to like figure it out, which is weird. These other ones are just like immediate. And that one is like, oh, I have to do this crazy thing where I take time. I don't get that. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. It takes time. Kind of bugging me out. Just a little. What happens if I get rid of this? I'm going to see what happens if I get rid of this CSS file. Maybe it just like does it better then. Maybe it's restyling it and that's what's taking it so long. Let's do the deploy thing. Okay. Whoa. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, well, that answers that question. Yeah, I did. Okay. It is, yeah. Okay, so now my guess is that let's do something. Okay. Let's do let's see what happens if I like change the values and see if they sort of like hang on. First off, I want it to look a little better though, so I am going to just redeploy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish you could just like delete, rebuild, double click it, and it was like, hey, do you want to overwrite it with this one? Okay, so if I choose, tweet 3 and twitch 2 and type in some letters here, and then I go somewhere else and come back, it loses those settings. Okay, so let's go to the inspector, which is the dev tools. We have the property inspector. Failed to load. Caret.svg. Oh, that's interesting. So that means that the CSS file has caret. Aha! We have figured out where the missing thing is. So if we go back to here, images, I don't see caret. So let's go back. Let's go to CSS. Okay, I want all of these. Save link as. Here. Stream Deck counter. Sources. CSS. Save. Check. Save link as. Save. Check.svg. Save. Elgato calendar. Save. Inverted. Save. Check. Save. Okay. Now, delete, rebuild, uninstall, reinstall. That would have been way too easy, wouldn't it? Let's go back, refresh. Okay, in this case, it actually found the things. It just decided not to do anything. Okay. Okay, this is fine. There is some progress here. What we want to do is figure out a way to... We'll figure out how to load these later, and I'll be fine with that. And... right now, when one of these things gets modified... Oh, that was cool. No, I'm back on it now. So you have to refresh that. Crazy. Okay. So there was nothing in the settings. originally. So one thing that we need to do is we need to make it so that anytime you edit anything, it tries to save the whole shebang in some place. Just period. So let's do that. Payload. Settings. Oh, that's also interesting. Notice the settings came out. Oh, plugin. Devices. Application, language, EN, platform, Windows, version, colors. Okay, that's interesting. All right, it is failing to get the settings out of here, but clearly they're there. So we want to sort that out. Action info, payload, settings. Action info, get property from string. What's the false part? JSON string. So you take the string, you separate it. Oh, it passed this false in, which is also not correct because you can't split on a false. Interesting. Interesting choice. Maybe I copy and pasted something wrong. Alright, so that should get the settings. Okay, that's the action info. The in info did not seem to contain anything useful. Just devices and colors and whatever. Maybe it did, but I don't know. Okay, so, alright, so what I have is anytime something changes, I want to trigger a save. So we're going to go back to here. We're going to go to this. And I think that this whole init property inspector is preparing the DOM elements, which I think is setting prepare DOM elements. I believe this is just going over each of the item values and setting it so that it's in whenever it's, yeah, there we go. Okay. Input group. Event. On click. What does on event change? What is on change event? On change. Well, that's stupid. Why would they put it up there? Change this if you want interactive elements that act on any change while they're modified. Oh, I got it. Okay, so on click if it's a button, on change, we're just going to do on change. So we have an event now which is on change. Handle interface change. That's pretty much what I want to do. You get the event target and you get the index. So I'm guessing it's throwing all of these into some sort of like, where is it using I? Okay, input groups. So handle element change, handle value change. It basically is saying go and get okay. Conceptually, this is not that difficult. For each of your inputs, you just want to say when it changes. When it changes, you want to perform. You want to update the settings. And then you want to persist the settings. I think we can figure that out. Let's see if we can figure that out. So we have SPDI item value is applied to each of our inputs. Let's do that. Okay, so this is const. Okay, capture setting change. Okay, document dot query selector all. What did they use? Array dot from? The hell was it? Array dot from, which also doesn't feel like it's a thing. JavaScript array dot from. Function built into JavaScript which creates an array from an instance, an array instance from a given array. Okay, sure. Array dot from dot for each. Element and what we want to say is element dot on change, no, element dot add event listener change update setting. event, and that's it. Update setting. And I actually don't even need this. I can just do it like this. Okay, so we grab all of the values. We add an event listener for change that is update setting. This is going to be able to get me the name, which is the ID, right? The ID is Twitch account, Twitter account, or tweet prefix. Okay. So we say event.target. Okay, property. Let property equals event.target.id. And then we have settings, which I hope is public to everything. Okay. Settings of property equals event.target.value. I believe it's value. Okay, handle SPD item change. Okay. E.tag name. Nope. Nope. Not a list. If E.selected index. Otherwise, how about we just do JavaScript get value of select. Value. No. Okay. Let value equals event.target. Let's just go. Let tag equals event.target. Tag.id. Tag.value. If console.log. Come on, you can do this. Settings. Settings. Alright, if value. No, if tag.selected index not equals undefined, then value equals tag.options tag.selectedIndex.value. Works for text boxes. Works for selects. Okay. So now we want capture setting changes. right here. Perfect. Now we want to just test and make sure that we're actually capturing that stuff. And then we'll figure out how to do persist the settings. Like that. Okay. Let's go with the old delete, the old build, the old uninstall, the old reinstall, install. Boom. Okay, great. Then we want to go back. We want to refresh. We want to hit this again. Now when we click on something, all right, we do have a settings object. Great. Now when we click on something, it should update the settings. Hey, what's up? All right, see, updating the settings. Twitch 2. There we go. Like that. Perfect. And I think I probably want to fire that off one time at the very beginning for each of the elements. Okay. This is good. This is a good start. So I think I want to put settings. I'm going to put them in a special property called PI in the settings so that I can keep them all separated in one place, because otherwise I'm going to have to come up with like a prefix or something. Maybe I do like, yeah, some way to like specify the exact things. Yeah, let's just do that. Actually, I don't care. I don't really care, do I? When I create the settings for the first time, I want to make sure that I set these things, and then the last thing that I want to do is just persist them. Okay, let's figure out the whole persisting thing, and then I'm certain that when you like decide you're going to show this thing, you have to actually like grab the settings and then go into the DOM and set these to be the values they're supposed to be. So let's go like this. Let's put in settings here. And conceptually what I want to do is at this point, let's say, maybe not, maybe let's just have it be a separate function, but I'm already going over each of the elements, and really what I want to do is I want to grab its current setting out of here. Okay, so we're going to have a thing called function initialize setting, and this is going to be element and value. And what I want to do is say initialize setting, and in here I want to put in it's going to be right here. Initialize setting of element and setting of element .id settings. Okay, and then here we're going to just say if element.tag tag name? I believe it's tag name. How can we check this quickly? We can go in here, and you can say document.get element by tag name, get elements by tag name, body var thing equals this of 0 thing. Okay, so then I can say thing dot tag name. Okay, there we go. If thing dot tag name equals select, otherwise else element dot value equals value. Okay, now what I need to do is get the options underneath it and go set it. I think we actually have a way to set this really easily, don't we? Set settings. Yeah, we already have this set settings. Okay, this is perfect. Function set settings. Actually, I'm just going to do it right like this. Context settings. Ooh, context. I need context. The hell is the context? I think I'm going to have to capture that. Let's see how it works in here. Set settings. Ooh, not in there at all. Fun. Okay, so it's just a demo. Okay, so let's go back to here and see where the context comes from. Eventinfo.context. That's a fun one. Let's go to one of the other ones and see how they handle it. Come on. Phillips Hue. Alright, it does. It has bridge and lights. So let's go look at property inspector, index.html. Bridge, option disabled, option no bridges, option group no groups. Okay. Main. did receive settings. Send to property inspector. Send to property inspector. All right, we'll come back to that. Power main property inspector. I'm going to guess that this is like add event listener, change. Okay, bridge changed. Here we go. Here we go. Bridge changed. Okay. Instance. Ooh, what's instance? In event. Target.value. It looks like you can just go straight to value no matter what. Okay, what's instance? Instance equals this. In context. Okay, so we need something that initializes a PI. And gets an in context. I'm going to guess these extend PI? No. Okay, in context. All right, so color PI. Main. So when we create a PI, that's it. It's the NUUID. Okay. And if we go to, say this one, for instance, and it's like save settings. Where is this settings coming from? So this is just using the global settings because there's nothing anywhere that like says settings dot whatever. Okay. So instance dot save settings. This. What the fuck? Am I losing my mind here? Instance equals this, and somehow we're calling a save settings on it. But there's only one. Okay, so it's got to be in here. And this must be the prototype. Okay, this dot save settings is save settings in context settings. Save settings. So somewhere there's just a save settings thing defined. Main. Okay. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we know what the context is. The context is the UUID. That was the whole point of that. So we just need to persist that. In here, we have the UUID right here. It's the InUUID. And then we say InUUID. Okay. Let's get a select on a page. Where can I find a select? HTML select. Give me an actual select. Isn't there a try it out on these? Try it yourself. Inspect. Run? Oh yeah, okay. Inspect. Now, that's in a frame. That's not good. I can't run JavaScript exactly in that frame. Give me a page that might have a drop down somewhere on the internet. HTML select example. All of these are done in iframes, which isn't particularly helpful. Okay. Document dot get element by tag name body dot append select ID equals 10 option value equals 1. Oops, I can't do it like that. 1 1 slash option slash select. Get elements append is not a function. It returns an array, right? Oh, yep, that's right. Okay. Did it do it? I don't think so. No. Okay. Var e equals document dot create element select e. All right. E dot ID equals 10 E. All right. E dot append no. Document dot get elements by tag name body 0 dot append child e. What the hell? I don't really want to make an entire web page just to put a select on it. Just give me an example. Give me a drop down. Hey, here's one. I found it. I found it. Please don't be. Please, please, please don't be in an iframe. Okay, good. Alright. So this thing has an ARIA label of books. Okay. Document. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to give it an ID. ID equals test me. There we go. Document dot get element by ID test me dot value. Dot selected index. Okay, var s equals this. S. Okay. S dot value is books. S. Well, actually, that's good. It's good. Good point there. That is correct. So I can just do s dot value, but if I want to change it, let's say s dot value equals HTML. Oh, that works. I can just set the value directly. Okay, well that just got a little bit easier at least. Tag.id, tag.value, UUID, this should set it all up, and for this one I can just do element.value equals value, which now seems like I shouldn't even have a whole thing here. Just say element.value equals settings of element.id. Update the DOM value to the current. Initialize the DOM to the current value. Okay. Is this going to work? Let's go with, I'm going to say yes. It's that Friday hubris I got going on. Just feeling good. Tweet 2, tweet 1. Tweet 3. So now if I go off it and come back onto it, I was wrong. Cannot read property send of undefined. Well, that's interesting. Oh, because it's this .websocket. That also showed me one thing, which I do now want this. Function initialize value. element value initialize setting of element and whatever I just had. Okay. If it's undefined, then bail. Okay, otherwise set it. Uninstall. Install. Install. Okay. Tweet 2, tweet 3, something. Oh, you know what I should be doing? I should be looking in here. Ooh. That's just broken. Just kidding. Okay, well, it got tweet 2 and it got and Twitch 3 correct. Hey, all right. Look at that. Okay, I do think we want to update it on each individual send or each individual character typed, because if I just to show you what's happening, if I just like if I'm typing stuff in here and then I leave, oh look, did it count the change there? Maybe. And then I go back. See, it didn't actually persist at that time. So I think I want to be sending it on every single change, every single little change. But that's sort of neither here nor there. Okay. Now to get these accounts. Tweet. That's why you don't do that. Okay. Now to get these accounts. Let's go to the Phillips one. And I think the Phillips one is going to have the answer. Because at some point, this thing has to go out and like do something. Let's go to color. On changed. Color changed. Bridge. Hi. Get localization. That's interesting. Localize. Load bridges. Document get element by class names. Remove the children. If the cache has it, load lights. Okay, what's the cache? Alright, cache is very clearly not defined here. So maybe it's in main. Cache. Send to property inspector. Hungry? I am a little hungry. Cache. pi.load bridges. Send to property inspector. JSON payload. Okay. No, wait. Light changed. Load bridges. Load lights. I don't see where this is going and getting anything. It's like the cache either has it or it doesn't. If it does, then it displays it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Which is weird. Like, I don't see where it actually like hits a URL to go load some lights. Oh shit, here's a URL. Bridge changed. Oh. Load bridges. Got it. Setup index.html. Alright, window.open setup.index.html. Like, what does this do? Right, so it opens this other page. Let's see what setup.index.html is. Okay, meet hue util. Intro view. Start pairing. Um, Good question. Okay. So this thing is somehow saying, like, it's going and getting some. Let's see. Notice that it's like loading stuff from plugin JS Phillips Meet Hue, and utils, I believe, are going to have the actual, like, go out and get the information thing. I have no idea how whatever you do here ends up sending information back. Right? Window on load, on key down, do something. Alright, so load intro view, which is in here. Load intro view. And then you eventually start doing something and it's start pairing. So you load discovery view. The discovery view does the thing where it goes out and tries to get using the API. And then it goes from here to pairing view and save view. So pairing view does the thing. And then if you find one, then you go to the save view. And in the save view, oh, you dispatch an event back. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. 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 I think bridge.getID username save bridge. I think the thing that's like bugging me about this is this has a username and an ID, but it doesn't actually have. Maybe it like creates an account. Sources. Let's go to the actual plugin and see what the plugin tries to do. Phillips, meet Hugh. All right, this is a bridge. And this is how it pairs. The IP API. So this is connecting directly to one of your lights. Discovery.meethugh.com. Function bridge. I'm guessing that this is like some internal URL. Actually, let's just see what that is. Interesting. So maybe if I had a Philips Hue, this would return some interesting information. Or maybe I need to be logged in to the Meet Hue website and then then maybe yeah, I don't know. Okay, so there's some discovery thing here that returns your stuff. Still then, this doesn't give me any indication how to get a hold of the accounts. Use Stream Deck account in plugin. And hey, Vivek's Prophecy. Thank you for the follow. Only 2 away from my goal for the whole month. Got 6 days left to go. I like that they came so close to being good and then everyone is just trying to make it better. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this. I can't believe that there's not just straight documentation for how to get a hold of the accounts via the API in a very straightforward way. I think what I want to do is say get. There was an event called Global Settings. Get Global Settings. Get Global Settings. Like if it's not in here, The plugin and property inspector can request global persistent data. I mean, I'm just going to select this and then see, because if I don't get the stuff that I need, I won't be able to. I mean, clearly you can tweet. Clearly you can get a hold of it because there's a drop down thing. I wonder if, you know what? Where the hell are these installed? Let's go like this. Let's go with open with 7-zip. Oh, and guess what? You can just look at it. So let's go to C Stream Deck. Where the hell is Stream Deck? Program files. Elgato. Stream Deck. Give me that plugins folder. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna figure this one out. Twitter plugin. Twitter tweet plugin. Seriously? What does the manifest say? The manifest says nothing about private API true. Manifest? Private API true. Private. Ooh. A plugin can request to be notified when some applications are launched or terminated. In order to do so, applications to monitor should contain blah 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 blah. Profiles. States. Supported in multi-actions. Tooltip UUID. Visible in actions list. Yeah. Icon. Okay. What was the thing we were just looking at? Get global settings. I'm going to see if get global settings is like a thing. Mm-hmm. And just see what comes back. It's really a little frustrating that I'm guessing all of these are like that then. Streamlabs. No. Streamlabs socket. That one looks real. What does this say? QRC QT web channel. Socket IO. Socket token. That's cute. Where do you get the socket token? private API. I'm going to guess it's this private API thing that gives you access to it. Okay, so we're going to try one thing, which is... Wait, open with Sublime Text. I got a bunch of these. Okay, private API true. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to stick to that idea, which is... We're just going to grab the global settings. We're going to see what comes back. We're going to turn on private API equals true. And if those two things fail, then I'm going to guess that this is just a big old load of crap and might not be able to do it. That's my long and short. So let's do this. On open. On message. What do I want to do? We register it. And then we have WebSocket. Let's go like a set timeout. No. UUID. And then we want WebSocket dot send JSON dot stringify JSON. Okay, this is on message. It's going to print out whatever came back. And I think I want to have this, and then event, and then JSON object. All right, that's what we're going to try. We're going to see what comes back. And now I gotta go figure out where this was. Sources, release, delete, build, uninstall, reinstall, yes, and then pull this up. Refresh this. Refresh this. Did receive global settings. Settings empty. Okay, so we're going to set private API equals true, like a boss. Let's open a new one of these. Open a new window. Let's go to Program Files, Elgato, Stream Deck, Default Profile Bearer. No. Icon engines, image formats, media service, platforms, plugins. Yeah, why did that take me so long to look at that? Twitch, manifest, open with Sublime Text. Scroll it on down. Private API true. Okay. Now we're going to go to this manifest. And we're just going to be like, apparently I can't type in here. Private API true. And we're going to package it up one more time. I have one more idea if this doesn't work. So I'm going to guess there's like a get accounts function. Is there a way to get all of the endpoints for a socket? No, because it's just a JSON object. You're just sending it to a JSON object. Okay. So we're going to go and like, I'm going to guess that's... I don't know. We're just going to... Did I do this right? Delete. Rebuild. Uninstall. Reinstall. Go back. Reload. Thanks, Copper. Have a good one, man. Okay, the settings is still complete garbage. Still complete garbage. So I'm going to guess... I'm going to guess that we need to look at the Stream Deck code. MSWin Core Console. D3D compiler. MFC, so this was written almost certainly in C++. Let's see. Yeah, okay. VC runtime. It's platforms, media service, image format, icon engines. You know, it sort of makes sense that they wouldn't do it like this, that they wouldn't give you access to it, because any plugin that you could figure out how to get installed would then have all of your private tokens to all of your services that probably have full ability to do whatever the damn they want to do. So I think maybe the best idea then is to just open up yeah, right. Like get like expose to you a Twitter API via their service, via the Stream Deck API. I mean, it would make it right. I'm certain that there is a way to get a hold of this account information, but it is more than just a little frustrating. It's more than, yeah, it's frustrating. Let's just guess what the private API would be. It's got to be simple, right? It's got to be simple. I'm just going to try. I'm literally just going to try get accounts. And I feel like we can hack this window WebSocket. Yes. I do have a WebSocket right here. .send. This is great. How are we doing this? Event and context. So I need this UUID. Sure. Event. Get accounts. Like no shit. Context. UUID? Haha. It did not respond. Let's send something that we expect to work. Get global settings. What the fuck? Oh, I need to stringify it. Duh. What the fuck? Hey, what's up, man? There we go. Okay, so that one did work. So now we're trying to figure out what the private get accounts. Damn it. Get account. Happy Friday. Yeah, what we have found out is that as a plugin developer, you cannot access the accounts. You cannot access the accounts that you can specify through here. And so in some digging around, we found out that there is a private API that all of the built-in plugins use, that all of these plugins use. And so I was trying to guess what the event would be to get the accounts. But none of them seem to be working. So yep, redo. So that one does work. And I wonder if there is like a way to figure out which one of these DLLs profile, memory, localization, library loader. private. Win math, multi-byte. No, it's not going to be any of that. It's going to be the stuff that's related to whatever this thing is called. And this thing is called the Stream Deck SQLite Qt Web Engine process. I'm going to guess it's this one. And that this one is looking at either this one. It's like I can't figure out which one of these files would be most likely to contain the actual stuff that's happening. It's just kind of frustrating. You know, the other option is I just stop doing it this way and just try to make it open a window and go get an access token. Let's do that. How do we do that? Okay. Twitter get access token. You need to generate an access token. To generate your access token in secret, you must have a Twitter app. But to generate your access token in secret, you must have a Twitter app. Okay, Twitter API send tweet. Requires authentication. Okay. Place, trim, enable DM commands, example request. Consumer key, OAuth token, OAuth signature. Okay, well, accounts, profiles, tokens. See if we can find any other name which might indicate open Twitter. I'm going to do this off screen real fast. Oh, that's what you did. Twitch. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so it's not profiles. It's accounts. I don't know. Maybe like use of the private API is actually blocked unless you'll get the blessing internally in the app. Okay. I don't know. I feel like this is a no-go. It's kind of frustrating. I don't really want to make it like store these because I have no idea what the storage mechanism is or how easy it is to like get a hold of the values. If I had to guess, it's just dumping them somewhere like the registry or something. Let's see if we can actually figure that out. What is my plugin called? These are all the ones that are built in. Maybe we don't want program files. Maybe we want users. My user. Probably app data. Roaming. Elgato. Stream Deck. Plugin store cache. What is mine called? Culture of development. No. Okay. Profiles. Don't actually care about that. Plugins. View. View. List. Manifest. Is it like updating this manifest? Because that would be insane. That would be completely bananas. No. Okay. Logs. Log file. Preferences. What are the values that we were looking for? Tweet. 3? No. Is it putting them in which order? Okay, so it's getting later and later. 1350, 1351. So let's come all the way to the bottom and see what we were doing most recently. I feel like get password with server and username. Oh shit. Look at that. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if we can break this a little bit more by forcing it to actually spit out some new values. Right? DevTools. It was this, but it's get accounts, and that's what we care about. Ooh, okay, unknown message type, get accounts. But we did see the whole thing about get password with server and username. Let's make it do one more thing that it'll actually pass on, succeed on. Oh. That was interesting. I wonder if it does that on all of them? What other event did we want to send? What's a benign event that we can send? What is... We can say update the settings. Settings, UUID, payload settings. Set settings, UUID, payload, settings. Okay. That appeared to be a nice benign event. Let's see what it wrote. Ooh. Get password with server and username. Elgato QT credential store. Get password with server and username. Handle JSON message. Unknown message type. Set setting. Oh, it sets settings. Okay, and that did not do anything. So get global settings is throwing an error against the credential store. All right. Yeah, I think the only real way we're going to be able to do this is to I think the only real way we're going to be able to do this is to have there be an add account option that when you click on it opens up a new window and asks you to go register and get yourself a token, and then I just have to figure out how to like do that. Okay. Twitter API auth example. Single user OAuth with examples. I don't want Twitterizer. I want to literally just do it. That's not helpful at all. This is not helpful. Goodness me, that is not helpful. How do I get a consumer key and a consumer secret? Like, that's the whole point. Implementing sign-in with Twitter. If you want to check the signing of requests on the page, the consumer secret used is this. OAuth consumer key. Browser sign-in flow. Implementing sign-in with Twitter. Okay. So you get a Twitter app. Your Twitter app must obtain a request token by sending a signed post to here. The only unique parameter is in this request is OAuth callback, which must be a URL encoded version of the URL you wish your user to be redirected to when they complete step 2. The remaining parameters are added by the OAuth signing process. Any callback URL that you use with post OAuth request token endpoint will have to be whitelisted within the Twitter app and the portal. Okay, so I make a call to this. I get a token. I redirect the user, including that token. It sends me back the response that includes whatever the crap it is that I need. Converting the request token to an access token. To render the request token into a usable access token, your application must make a request to the post OAuth access token endpoint, obtaining OAuth verifier value obtained in step 2. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a JavaScript Twitter login example. Sign in with Twitter. JS. OAuth. What is this OAuth? OAuth.js. That's easy. Your OAuth key. OAuth.popup. So unfortunately, if I make an OAuth key for my application and I distribute it with my application here, I have now exposed my OAuth key for my application. I don't see a good way to do this. It's kind of dumb. Okay. Let's go with if this, then that. Post your photo anywhere and see it everywhere. Make your voice assistant more personal. So what I really want to do is explore. Yes. Let's go with Twitch. Automatically post top videos to Slack. Twitch stream announcement. Holy shit. New stream started by you. Post a tweet. Settings. All right. Let's go continue with Google. If this, then that. Sign in. Continue with Google. Twitch stream announcement. Okay. Here's what I'm looking at now. Who has time to tweet when the latest game is waiting to be played? Turn on this applet and your Twitter followers will automatically be alerted when you start streaming with this tweet and a link to your Twitch. Playing name of game. Whoops. Of course I would do that. Settings. How do I like... Let's turn it off. Whoops, that is not what I wanted at all. Let's go home. go. Twitch. No, I said disconnect it. Connect Twitch to Twitter. How do I like set up a thing? Or can I only do the ones that are on there? Like disconnect this shit. Okay. How do you make it? My activity, my applets. Create. Oh shit, that was so hard. Okay, if Twitch stream going live for a channel you follow, new stream started by you, then that Twitter post a tweet playing add ingredient. Stream preview? What the fuck is a stream preview? Twitch stream preview. Twitch API. I don't know. About come join me for some live coding. No. Okay. So this still isn't going to do it. All right. I'm just going to bail. Like, it was a fun idea. I'm just going to make it so that my button here just tweets out that I'm going live, and that's that, and that's how I'm going to do it. But I got to stop. This has been sort of a long grind here. Did learn a little bit. Mostly learned that nothing's easy. What's new? All right. Yeah, the API definitely needs work. It's like, yeah. Yeah. It's like make it so that, oh, you know what? Here's how they could do it. You know how we do OAuth? The same way we do everything. Okay? There's a credential store, an accounts page, and then each one of your little plugins just has to go and request to have access to these things, and the person who is on the Stream Deck just has to say okay. And if they say okay, like, let's close this because we don't need it. But it's like, yeah, when I pull this on here, or when I install a thing, down here, it's like, needs permissions, a little exclamation mark. You click on it, and it's like, wants access to your Twitter accounts, wants access to your Twitch accounts. That's it. And then the person says okay, and guess what? You have access to those things now. And we don't have to worry about this crap. Something like that. I don't know. I guess it's still dangerous. Like, you still have to trust the people who make it. So maybe only allow that for ones that go through their store. I'm fine with that. I'll put it in the store. Like, you can look at the code. It's JavaScript in an HTML file. You can see that I'm not sending it to some random place. Yeah, they could create dummy versions for testing. Exactly. That, or like, they control this browser. They can control the URLs that this browser should be able to reach out to. I mean, it doesn't stop you from, like, posting random garbage, but yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be it for today. I got to go and get a little bit of work done before I leave. But thanks everybody for hanging out. I know it was kind of a slow stream, looking around, looking at stuff, but at least we learned a few things. Except for how to get the carrot to show up in your drop down here. We did not learn how to do that, and I'm sort of frustrated about that. I don't know why, I just am. But yeah, it was. Thanks everybody. Y'all have a good one. Let's go ahead and find somebody to raid real fast. Let's hit Rambling Geek. It's Friday. It's Rambling Geek's Day. Let's give him a little love. This will be ready in just a moment. All right. And again, my normal streaming hours are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from noon until whenever. And I will see y'all next week.